Morning everyone. I'm so glad you're here with me to watch this. I was so excited yesterday because I've been waiting for this baby for absolutely ages, and I haven't been well the past couple of days. I felt a bit ill. I don't know if it's like a flu virus or what it is, but I don't know about you guys, but I get so excited when I know a new deck is coming, and it makes me feel better. It's crazy. It doesn't make me feel better physically, but it does mentally. So anyway, this is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot by Lunaya. I hope I'm saying that properly. Weatherstone, and it's illustrated by Marilia Allwood. And it comes, it is published by Llewellyn, and it comes in this normal, really good magnetic box. Now I like them a lot better. They don't rip so easily, and that's the inside. You can see you've got two little swans. Yeah, box really good. On the back it says, "The forest beckons, alive with mystery and wisdom. Once you step into the enchanted forest, your life and your spirit will never be the same. The woods are alive with magic, wise ancient trees, glowing blossoms, crystal caves, and forbidding thickets of thorns. Here you will meet wizards and witches, fairies, elves, birds and beasts, both earthly and otherworldly, ghosts and shapeshifters, dancing princesses and sad old knights. In the forest of enchantment you may seek your fortune, quest for success, and live happily ever after." And I opened it, and oh geez, it's like Christmas morning, totally like Christmas morning. I loved fairy stories and things as a child. I still do now, and this holds it all in a deck. It's got, for me personally, it's got a lot of, or it sparks things in my mind about stories that I read when I was young, and they're the old sort of stories, like Hansel and Gretel, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a connection. It's really crazy. I knew when I saw the cards that I would love them. I didn't realise I would love them quite as much as I do already. Get a fabulous book. It is 228 pages, and you have tarot journal pages at the back. Then the book is just, it smells lovely. It's full colour book. Colours are absolutely amazing. Quality's really, really good. It tells you at the beginning a bit about Lunaya. I don't know how to say it properly. And Marilla, and it tells you a little bit about them in the beginning, and then you've got a little message from them to the people who've supported them, and then you have acknowledgements, you have your introduction, and you have your forest journey, because the cards are, or some of the cards are named differently. For example, you've got your traditional meanings on one side, and the Forest of Enchantment, titles, and the Forest of Enchantment titles the other. For example, you've got the Fool, which in the Forest of Enchantment is the White Hart, the Magician, who is the Enchanter, the High Priestess, who is the Wise Woman, Empress is the Green Mother, and so on and so forth, and it goes right through. And then your minor arcana, you have got the traditional meaning, which is wands. In the Forest of Enchantment, it's spells. You've got your cups, which is visions, swords, which is challenges, pentacles, which are boons. And then you've also got like your frequently asked questions in there as well. You've got about reversals, how to use your cards, shuffling and stirring, they call it. I think this is absolutely wicked. It says the sideways shuffle. This is, you know, instead of shuffling with the tops of the cards interlacing, cut deck into 2 stacks, put the stacks side by side and shuffle the long sides together. Then a fair deal, deal out your cards into 5 or more stacks, let the cards go to the stack they seem to want to go to, and stir things up. I think this is brilliant. This is really funny. Sit at an empty table or on the floor, spread all the cards out in some kind of pool before you, lay your hands flat on top of them and slide them all around at random, stirring the pool. And that is brilliant. And a toss-up. And she says, I do this one the first time I use a new deck, and whenever I want to liven up the cards, it livens me up too, and feels like the cards and I are playing together, rather than using them just as a tool, which I think is brilliant. Technique is really simple. Sit on your bed, sit at a table or on the floor, but the bed is more fun. Holding your cards about a foot or 2 above the bed, drop them in a scattering motion, then use your hands to toss them as if you're tossing a salad. Gather handfuls and drop them again. Switch from salad tossing motion to bread kneading motion. In other words, just make a total mess. And it's just fantastic, fantastic book. Sorry, I've got a bit of shine. Absolutely brilliant. And now to the cards. There's the backs. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous size. Cardstock. Good. And the colours and art and the story that you can see straight away in the cards is just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So I will go now and show you. I hope I'm focusing okay. These are magical. Absolutely magical. So I waited so long to get these. And oh my gosh, I'm so over the moon with them. They have no borders. They're just everything that I look for in a deck. I think you can see for yourself, this is one of my favourite cards. This reminds me of the reason that my channel is named what it is. My big German Shepherd girl, Lupa, and she did look like that big wolf, big black wolf, and hence her name was Lupa. It meant she-wolf in Italian. I said that way back when I started my chat, when I'd done my name change. Right, these are just. This is going to be black. Sorry, I'm going off, and aren't I? I get so excited when I'm looking at them. This is a legend from where I'm from. I come from Suffolk in UK, as you can all tell by my accent, and we've got a legend about Black Shuck, which he's apparently been seen quite a lot. He's a bit of a bad omen, and loads and loads of people have seen Black Shuck. I haven't personally, but he's meant to be a bit of a bad omen, but he's one of the legends of Suffolk. And I think as Mirala is from Suffolk also, so I think that's where the Shuck has come from. But this deck, oh my gosh, I've had some beautiful decks this year, As you all know, big fan of Poppy Palin. And I got her decks, or the Wake in the Wild Spirit. Look at that. Wake in the Wild Spirit, and I have had some gorgeous decks, but this, I can't really put it into words. It's weird, I was talking the other day about when I done my, I think it was either my 7 guides or my Council of 7, about a troll under a bridge. And he's here. He's in this deck. That to me is another message. I'm a big believer in messages and things that you don't think connect at the time, but that story. Because that is your 3 of Swords. But you can see the heartbreak in the man's eyes as he's got to leave his children in, I can't remember the name of the fairy tale, but he's got to leave his children because he's got no money to feed them, or to support them or anything. So he thinks that rather than do the sort of deed himself or let them starve to death, that he'll take them in the forest and leave them to the elements and the animals. But you can see the despair and the hurt in his face, and the little children trusting him so much they're waiting for him to come back. If you want to know the rest of the story, you'll have to look it up. That's a really, really cool card. I love it. She's got her pie and she ain't saving it, and that little dude down there has got his own little bit of pie, which I reckon he may have stolen while they weren't looking, while they were arguing and being facetious. I love that word. I reckon he's took his own little bit of pie. This is another one of my favourite stories, The Princess and the Golden Ball. And basically what happens is she goes to the woods, forests, and she's playing by a pool with her golden ball, and she throws it up in the air because she likes to see herself in the reflections from the sun. And she throws it up so high that she fails to catch it, and it falls into the pond. And there's a frog there, and he comes up, and she's devastated, and he says, "Why are you crying so much?" And she's like, "Oh, I've dropped my, I threw my ball up and I've dropped it in the pond and it's sunk to the bottom." So he says, "I'll make you a promise. Oh, no, I'll make you a deal. I'll get your ball if you promise that I can be your friend and you'll be kind to me." And you'll have to look the rest of that up as well, because I'm not going to tell you the ending because that'll spoil it. Look at him. Oh, ho, ho. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love gnomes, I love fairies, I love fae, I love stories, and this is just everything. I love dragons, it's everything. Foxes, as you all know, I absolutely love foxes. Your twit-twoos, as my little granddaughter used to call them. There's not one card in here that I don't like. There's not one card in here that doesn't tell me something. So I only got it yesterday, but it feels like I've had it forever. I had to keep checking. It's really crazy. I had to keep checking that I hadn't got it. I knew I hadn't got it, but it seemed so familiar to me that I had to keep checking. before it came, I was like, well, you know, it just seemed so familiar. And you know when you see somebody and you think, I know you, but you know you don't. But you know you do. It was that sort of feeling. This one is, oh, look at her, she is beautiful. She'd be your Queen of Swords. But she reminds me of Narnia, the Snow Queen. Even though this one is a lot more accessible, but she does cut to the chase. She does. Very blunt. Very blunt with the words and the way she acts, and you can see it, can't you? You can see all the prickles in the vines, or the sharp bits, you know, the sharp edge of her tongue. But she's just beautiful. Bloody hair's falling in my face. Look at him. And so, there you go, guys. That is the Enchanted Forest Tarot. Absolutely fantastic. Everything about it. I mean, the full colour book, the cards, the stories behind the cards, the way they connect. I'm just like blown away by what this deck means to me already. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you so much for coming and seeing me, and I shall see you all again soon. Make sure you take care of yourself, take care of each other, be true to what you believe. See you soon. Bye.